Are these the best forged wire strippers that money can buy? We're going to find out. We've got the new MEGAPRO. These actually feature a needle nose head, wire strippers, multi-step cut, and fairly ergonomic. We're going to get these out of the package in a second, but first we need something to compare to. These are the Kleins. They are the K12075L07. They are forged, they are cross-hatched, they strip everything beautifully, and they cut everything like butter. These are fairly new to the Klein world. They've also got the screw shears and the wire crimpers. Very easy to use locking mechanism, curved, comfort. Really not too much to complain about these. Then we've got probably the most useful pair for true multiplier use. These are going to be the J2159CRTP right there. These feature 3 easy to find sizes, cross hatches, plenty of makeup room for connections, a good cutter, wire crimper, screw shears, hammer, journeyman grips, and Klein's legendary forge. Everyone's favorite, the Knipex wire strippers. I don't know what else to call them. There's only like 2 out there. These have that red and blue handle on them, and they are the wider ones. I cross-hatched them myself to be able to make up connections easier. It did help them out. They cut everything like butter. But now we've got the MEGAPRO. These things already look like they open up a little bit easier than the Knipex. They bounce right open to a comfortable size. They do not have cross-hatching. That is a true bummer. They've got a interesting kind of combination shape going on there. I can see where you'd be able to grab a nut or something with that shape. Looks like the crimper is built in the front, which actually makes these far more useful than the back crimpers. Anytime you got to crimp something, you got to go around your connection. You risk breaking your connection while you're trying to get around there. And then by now, your butt splice, whatever you got, is already fallen out. So you got to put it all back together, and then you can start crimping. And that's pretty much how all of these work. I prefer front crimpers. This is a pretty nice, my bad. This is a pretty nice touch there. Looks like we got 2 wire sizes. We'll find out what those are shortly. Double kind of cross shearing step cut design, cut, and they lock shut with your thumb. So look at the difference here. You got to reach your thumb over to activate. You got to reach your thumb over to activate. These are on this side, and that's kind of cool. I don't even know what to make of these or call them. They are VDE, which is actually something pretty special. DLN8EIV2, and you got IEC 609-100. IEC 609-100. Let's see how they cut. We'll cut some number 12. Let's listen. Nice choppy cut, but can still definitely make the cut very easily. These cut just about everything like butter. A lot of people like these. When these are open, just naturally, you can see where the spring doesn't really push them into your hand. They barely are kind of there. That's where they're open. Romex barely fits in there without pushing to make them open up a little bit more. They cut great. Got the Kleins coming up, double step cut. So listen. I mean, almost like it's not there. Very, very smooth. You want to try and sneak up on this. I really like where these sit in my hand. I like the grip guard so you don't slide up towards the non-insulated portion of the tool. And this feels pretty decent, actually. See how it cuts. Not as good. Still very good, but not what I was expecting. Let's go a little bit slower. You can't even sneak up on them. So if we really wanted to sneak up and make this like as quiet as possible, we could just barely just cut right through. It's a lot quieter. This does not matter. It's going to kind of snap every time, and surprisingly, a lot more force is required to cut through the wire. See how the needle nose portion works? Let's see if we can grab a individual neutral here. Let's try some different pliers so you guys can see. Now you're going to try the Knipex. We're going to try the double cross-hatched. We're going to leave the same curve in there. You just get a lot more leverage with the cross-hatch design. go ahead and cut the single wire. Almost nothing. Just cut the single wire here. Even with the Knipex here, just grabbing here, we got a little bit less leverage compared to the Klein. And then of course these are going to have the most leverage. No point in showing you guys. Maybe 14 and 12. Let's find out. We'll go straight for the 12 here. They are not as impressive as I thought they were going to be. See if they can redeem themselves. They're just not as smooth. They're okay. They're still nice. I think I missed the stripper there. Very awkward. Right there. You can hear it go clunk. You strip it off. How deep is that clunk? Let's find out. So we heard the clunk. We suspected it. Look at that. Definitely not good for number 12 copper. We could probably break this piece of wire right here. That is a fairly deep chunk in there. Watch this. You can see where it broke. We started bending here, but then it started breaking. That's why you don't want to cut too deep on your wire. Listen again. All the way through. And then if we strip it again, you'll see the cut mark. So these do not do number 12 solid at all. I've got some number 14 solid here. Seems to have done a little bit better. You know, I'm not that impressed with them. They're showing a lot of wear and tear already. It's in metric. So that could possibly be why these might just not be intended for American use. And that's okay. But now we know. Let's try the number 10. Now we tried. They're definitely more choppy. Let's go with the number 10 here. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, it's just not in the cards for those pliers to be useful for us as electricians. You see the difference here with the other two. And, yeah, just as easy as can be. And then we go over here to these. We don't have a number 10 size, so it's already going to be less useful for most professionals out there. And you can see if they're already crimping and snapping down on the number 12 here. You can hear it cut through, pops off, but then whenever we check again, you see the damage done to the copper there. Not very impressive. There you go. Hope this video helps you decide on what purchase to make. I do not recommend these, and I don't know if we're going to keep them or not, because I don't want anyone seeing them on the channel and thinking, oh, I've got MEGAPROs, maybe they're good. No good for any of the regular size wires in America. And that's okay. Not every plier is going to be made for, you know, our typical workflow. So that's all I got. Let me know if this helps you guys out in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps the channel out tremendously. And we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.